sat down with Jo Haley. Jo is on a crazy mission to get midlife women to fall back in with love with themselves from the inside out. Beautiful. Once you feel great on the inside, you can turn your attention to the outside and you will reap the rewards. Beautiful, gorgeous intro. Welcome to the show, Jo. How are you?
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm really well, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Right, let's dive into today's topics. But for that, I want to know the same question that everybody gets when they come onto my show, which is, what does self-awareness mean to you and how do you integrate it into your life?
Gosh, that's a big question, isn't it, you ask? I think, so for me, self-awareness, a lot of it is about self-love and really about looking after yourself, because it's, we hear it so often, don't we, that if you don't look after yourself first, then how can you keep giving to other people? And it's like when I was cabin crew, you get the oxygen mask, you've got to give it to yourself first before you give it to others, before you can start helping others. And I just feel the same way. I absolutely, I suppose because I love myself. I absolutely love myself, and I know that I want to make time for me.
I guess it's so easy for women to just slot into the mum role, and the mum role is all they are for a long period of time.
Yeah.
And in knowing that there's other roles and other things that we can do in our lives in amongst all of that to keep this sense of sort of depth to our existence. So it's not just that, because you're setting yourself up at the end of that to have lost everything that you cared about. And now I don't need to be such an intense mum. They're not around as much. Does that make sense? So like holding on to the other aspects of our personality as well.
I think it's very interesting, because actually when you're a mum, when they're little, you almost start to lose your identity from that point, because you become Holly's mum. You become Emily's mum. You're suddenly not Jo. I'm Jo, but no, I know you're Emily's mum. And already when you think about it, your identity is sort of starting to go, isn't it? Because I might be Emily and Holly's mum, but I'm me. And I think it really is about sort of standing up for yourself. Yes, I might be Em's mum, but I'm Jo. Nice to meet you. You know what I mean? Once you understand what all those things are, your style, personality, your lifestyle, your body shape, once you understand all that, it cuts out all that overwhelm, because you know exactly what you're looking for. So that when you dress yourself so that you feel great, that's where the impact comes in. And that's when you talked about earlier, when you said that it wasn't so much of seeing a lady's beautiful face made up, but when she walks into that room and she's got an outfit on that she feels good in, that's what shows. That's where the confidence is. It's, it's not about, because you could be walking in wearing just any old jeans and a t-shirt, but if the jeans and the t-shirt are in the shape and the color that make you feel good, that flatter your body shape, that highlight what is good about you, that's where your impact comes in. And like you were saying earlier, when you walk into that room, your posture changes. I tell you what, people treat you completely differently. The amount of hellos I get, or actually I give also to people, you smile more because you feel really good. And I tell you what, people love it. People really like it. And it was just, I'll just tell you this really quickly, because when I was on my dog walk this morning, and I was just about to walk off into a field, and there's a guy outside the gate with his dog. And we just, he had a couple of dog biscuits in his hand, and he was like, oh, do you want these for your dog? And I was like, oh, that's really kind of you. Thank you. So we just started chatting as we walked into the field together. And he just looked at him and he went, you are just so nice. You're so friendly. And I was just like, tracksuit bottoms and, t-shirt or whatever. And, but when you feel really good, and that's why I say, it's not just about having your painted faces and having, fancy clothes, but because I feel really confident with who I am, because I, as we go back to the very beginning of the conversation, I love who I am. I love myself. That's what shows. And for all you women listening out there, I tell you what, the biggest thing that Brad Pitt says was the most sexiest thing a woman could wear is her confidence.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I've really, really loved this. I've found it very insightful. I've learned a lot, and I really think the
Thank you.
audience will have had the same experience.
Thank you very much. I have really enjoyed it too. It's been a real pleasure
Mhm.
talking to you. Thank you.